Today on Most Buffalo, the Queen City is getting ready to show its Puerto Rican pride. This weekend, thousands will hit Niagara Street for a day of music, culture, and heritage. We'll take you inside the celebration. Plus, Beethoven, opera, and Asbury Hall. This weekend, a classic story of love and freedom gets a very Buffalo makeover with live opera, original film, and local landmarks. We'll take you inside Fidelio coming up. And are you dreaming of seeing your name in the credits? The Casting Buffalo Actors Expo is helping young performers turn that dream into a reality. We'll show you what families need to know. Most Buffalo starts right now. Hi there and welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Kelly Dudzik. We do have a busy show for you today as we look ahead to some big events happening across Western New York. This Saturday, Buffalo will be celebrating Puerto Rican pride, culture, and heritage. The 24th annual Puerto Rican and Hispanic Day Parade will fill Niagara Street with music, dancing, and thousands of people coming together to honor their roots and share their culture with the community. The celebration wraps up with a gathering in Niagara Square. So joining us live now in studio is Charlie Torres, president of the Puerto Rican and Hispanic Day Parade Association of Western New York, and Luis Rodriguez, CEO of Rodriguez Construction Group. Welcome to Most Buffalo. So what do people need to know if they're coming out this weekend to see the parade? What can they expect?
They can expect a lot of excitement, a lot of joy, a lot of culture, great traditions, great food, and great music. And of course, Luis Rodriguez is our Grand Marshal this year. All the great work that he's done, not only in our community, but in Western New York. And he's the epitome of what we try to celebrate with the parade.
Luis, what does it mean to be the Grand Marshal? That's a big honor. And also, are you nervous at all?
I mean, definitely nervous, but it is a great honor. My dad was actually the Grand Marshal a few years back, and so it takes a lot of pride in it. I love the community, born and raised on the west side, and you know, it just shows, I mean, like, it's nothing, it's just the hard work that, you know, you put in and giving back into the community. So it's just something that is very special that, you know, Charlie and the organization and the board selected me for this honorable, you know.
It's a big honor. It's a big honor. How does the parade help younger people get in touch with their cultural roots and maybe kind of like link the generations together?
Well, that's a great question, and thank you for that. When we first started, we saw that, unfortunately, a lot of things that were reported about our community was negative. So we thought it was important to bring and highlight what it is to be Latino in Western New York and the contributions that Hispanic Americans make to not only Western New York, but to all the U.S. By honoring people like Luis Rodriguez and others, kids can see that no matter what their educational level, whatever, through hard work and dedication, they can achieve great success in this country. So not only do they get to see the pride that we have in ourselves, but also what can be achieved in this great country.
How does this event help build community? Because that's all part of it too. And there might be people visiting with your community or coming out who are learning stuff for the first time. Another
great question. When people come down, they can see where we are in this community, what roles we play in society. We break down stereotypes. We lift each other up. And we do that all through the laughter, the music, the fun, not always the seriousness, but you could see that everything is achievable, and we all, no matter what your background, we're all proud Americans, and we're here to achieve the great American dream.
What can people expect this year? Because I know you have some big performers scheduled.
Again, a lot of fun. We got Fulanitos from New York, Luisito Rosario. Those are performers on Saturday evening. We have dancers from Rochester that will be highlighted. And on Sunday, we have interdenominational church service. A bunch of churches close down, and they come and celebrate religion in Niagara Square.
That's great. If somebody wants to get a good spot for the parade, what's a good strategy for them, and what time should they be lining up to watch?
I'd go on Lewis's float. I mean,
I'd say just before the stage, and that's one of the things every year we really, I mean, being involved in the parade for so many years now, right before the stage, we make sure that we are prepared with T-shirts, candy, everything, and just make the floats explode. So it's just everybody that's around, just short of the stage. As soon as you get there, that's where I think most of the people are near, and you're hearing and seeing. So it's probably one of the best spots to see everything.
So we set up at Niagara Square from 9:30 to noon. At noon, we kick off right on time. Go north on Niagara Street to Porter, where thousands of people from all over Western New York, Southern Ontario, come to celebrate. And as Louis said, that first few blocks, you just get super excitement. That's when all the vendors, everybody's got all the candy.
Nice.
And
That's
then,
where
of
you
course,
need to be.
by Tops on Niagara Street,
Yes.
another great location. Thousands of people in that area. But anywhere you go, you're going to feel the excitement, see what's coming up, and have a great time.
Perfect. And real quick, is there a website people should go to if they want more information?
So we do have a Facebook page, Puerto Rican and Hispanic Day Parade of Western New York, and also our webpage is prhdp.org.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That was Charlie Torres, the president of the Puerto Rican and Hispanic Day Parade Association of Western New York, and Luis Rodriguez, the CEO of Rodriguez Construction Group, the Grand Marshal. Thank you so much for being here on Most Buffalo today. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much,
you.
Kelly.
Huepa, nos vemos el sábado.
Well, the best 12 days of summer are now underway. The Erie County Fair is in full swing, and there's something for everybody to enjoy. From live entertainment and concerts to indulging in all your favorite fair foods, there is no shortage of ways to have fun. You can test your luck with the games, take a spin on the rides, check out the animals, or just soak up the sights and sounds of one of Western New York's biggest summer traditions. And one of the best parts about the fair is getting up close with the animals. And this year you can meet some pretty impressive performers making a big splash. Channel 2's Kevin O'Neill shows us how sea lions are entertaining fairgoers while also teaching them a thing or two.
This is what's on the line right now. Capelin, winner gets the fish. Winner gets the fish. Okay, it's a balance off. I'll go first. See who can do it longer. Ready, go. One. All right, can you beat 3 seconds, Zoe? 1, 2, 3. All right, you win. All right, you win. Here you go. Here you go. Ready, set. Nice job. Well, I gotta give the other one some too. Sea lion splash is where you'll find me. Here you go. Good job, standing by. Sorry, hey, one per. It's 3 shows a day. I'd shake your hand, but oh, really?
Yeah, we work every day.
You work fish all day.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, welcome to Western New York, William.
Thank you.
Tell me about your show.
Well, we do an educational show, and we talk about pollution, recycle, differences between seals and sea lions, and the sea lions show a lot of tricks. It's a very funny show.
Let's start with the one on the right. Who's this on the right?
That one is Zoe. She's 22 years old.
No, on the left is Zoe?
And on the left is Maya. They switch sides
right
now.
Oh, they switch sides in between.
Yeah, I can tell the difference.
So this is Zoe and that's Maya over there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. These are both females.
Both females, California sea lions, and both rescue sea lions.
That's wonderful. It's a good story that they're rescued.
Yes.
Not, captured or anything like
No,
that.
no. Those are both rescue sea lions.
What do they do during the show?
They do dancing just like Maya is doing right now. They do balance a ball like you just showed to her. They can wave, they can talk, they can do many tricks. You have to come and see everything that they have to do here.
People can get pictures as well?
Yes, that's a chance to do right after the shows, and they get to touch you, and we do a nice picture for a fair memory. It's very cool.
It is wonderful. Yeah. Great, and you answer questions. You have a lot of love for the animals.
Oh, of course, we have to. It's a lot of work, but we love to.
Excellent. We appreciate it. Enjoy your stay here.
Thank you.
Great. And again, it's going to be good weather for you guys and good weather for you. Enjoy your stay, okay? Try the wings. Or maybe a good fish fry. There you go. So again, shows are at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock every day here at your Erie County Fair. On your side from Hamburg, New York, I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News. Nice job.
Aw, they love you, Kevin. Still to come on Most Buffalo, what happens when Beethoven's only opera lands in Buffalo's Asbury Hall, the first opera to be performed there in more than 20 years? Stay with us to see the bold mix of live singing, film, and local landmarks. So, what do you get when you take one of Beethoven's most powerful stories and bring it to one of Buffalo's most iconic music venues? This weekend, Asbury Hall will host its first opera in more than 20 years with a very Buffalo take on Beethoven's only opera, Fidelio. It's a story of love, courage, and the fight for freedom. So joining us now in studio is Alex Huddleston, film and stage director of Sotto Voce, and Mason Cancilia, founder and music director of Avanti. Thank you for being here on Most Buffalo. For a lot of people, this might be their first experience with opera. So what can they expect? Because it can be intimidating for some people if they haven't seen one before.
Sure. Well, this is a Beethoven opera. It's sung in German with a very, very gorgeous musical score that Mason will tell you about. But it alternates musical numbers with spoken dialogue. And those spoken dialogues are in English. So
okay, that's
if you
good
can't
to
follow
know.
the singing, then you can at least pay attention to that. The singing will have super titles in English, so you'll have a live translation of what they're saying as they're saying it. And then there are also these films that tell the story in a purely cinematic language, which you don't have to speak English or German to understand.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes this work so special, and what's it like for you guys to bring something with such history and a rich history to life in 2026 in these times? What kind of meaning does that have for you?
Yeah, well, if I can jump again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, this is a story that centers on a woman who is freeing her husband who's been wrongfully imprisoned for speaking truth to power. And there's this absolutely gorgeous musical number where the prisoners who have been locked away in dungeons, cells, wherever, are let out into the fresh air and the open sunlight for the first time in God knows how long. And it's just some of the most moving music that has ever been written, as far as I know.
How about for you?
Yeah, it's an important work. It's Beethoven's only opera. People tend to like Beethoven, even if they don't know anything about classical music. There's just something really exciting about it. So I think there's something in it that everybody can find, you know. So I think people will really, really enjoy it, even if it's their first opera experience.
What do you think it'll be like to perform in that space, especially since there's been, one opera performed there before in 2006, like before it was actually Asbury Hall. So what will that be like?
Well, I can say that I think we're excited to be able to spread out a little bit. Previously, you know, Avanti, the orchestra alone, performs in a lot of churches. We're happy to do it. You know, churches are happy to host us. Our past Sotto Voce productions have been in the UUCB church, so we haven't been able to do a full staging with a full orchestra. And now we have enough room for a whole orchestra, a whole cast, and a whole set. So we're just able to stretch our wings, and that's been really exciting.
Yeah, and the fact that Asbury Hall was constructed as a church, the acoustic is absolutely phenomenal for singing and orchestra. So it's really this amazing combination of two different worlds, and the fact that it is typically like a rock venue makes me very happy, because I think that we sort of bring a rock and roll vibe to opera.
And you're mixing it up, and you're also, again, making it accessible. So if it's in German, you're still going to know what's going on because you have subtitles, and the film aspect too. If you're hauling someone along with you as your date or something and they're not totally into opera, you can be like, well, they're movies that are part of this experience
Certainly.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the singers are great actors too, so you know, you can read their emotions and you can see what they're doing. Even if you don't understand every word, the music speaks for itself. So.
And it's a love story, it's a fight for freedom. These are all things that are still relevant today as they were hundreds of years ago when Beethoven wrote this story.
Absolutely.
If people want to go, what do they need to know? Are tickets still available?
Absolutely. You should buy them. You can go to the Avanti website, to the Sotto Voce website, to Asbury Hall's website. There are tickets available there. And the show is going to be tomorrow 7 p.m.
Wow.
And Sunday, August 16th, 7 p.m.
All right. Anything else coming up that you guys want to talk about?
Well, I actually just want to mention real
Sure.
quick about the films. The idea with those was to really bring this story that is so old and so distant to Buffalo. So we were able to get into the Frank Lloyd Wright Darwin Martin House for filming, and I think on the previews there you've been able to see some of that footage. So bringing some landmarks of Buffalo architecture to the films, I think really brings that story here.
That'll make it special, and that might be like spaces of the Martin House that people haven't been able to see before, definitely in a way they haven't seen it before on film.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Well, we've been talking with Alex Huddleston, from Sotto Voce and Mason Kinsella of Avanti. Thank you so much for being here on Most Buffalo this
Thanks for
afternoon.
having us.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, Buffalo's Buffalo Music and Arts Festival is celebrating a big milestone. It's the 10th anniversary weekend. It kicks off next week with events running August 20th through the 23rd. The main celebration Sunday at Silo City is already sold out. That features Grammy-winning producer and DJ Jermaine Dupri, along with other live music, art, food, and more. But there are still plenty of ways to join the celebration, including a community cleanup, a free 5K, and health and wellness activities at Delaware Park, plus other events throughout next weekend. Well, Black Restaurant Week wraps up Sunday, August 16th. That's happening this week as well if you haven't checked it out yet. There's also a lot more coming up on Most Buffalo today. Is your child dreaming of the spotlight, but you're worried about the business side of things? We'll take you inside the upcoming Casting Buffalo Actors Expo to tell you what families will learn there. And Most Buffalo continues now, and breaking into show business can be exciting, but for young actors and their families, it can also be overwhelming. That's why Casting Buffalo Actors Expo is bringing together nearly 1,000 people. It's next Saturday with a focus on child performers and the business behind the industry. And former Nickelodeon star Omar Gooding will also be sharing his experience as a child actor. So joining us now in studio are Peter Johnson and Harry Lipsitz with Casting Buffalo. Thank you for being here on Most Buffalo. For a lot of families, this whole situation can be a lot, especially when you have a kid who wants to enter the business. And there are also a ton of film opportunities here in Western New York right now. So what do people need to know if their kid wants to break into the industry? Like, what are your top bullet points for them?
The top bullet points, we have seminars that's going to be at the Actors Expo to kind of explain some of those things. But you want to make sure that you get the business side correct, you know, so make sure that they have their acting, their performer permits together, that they have their child Coogan accounts and everything together, you know, together for that. And then it's more so educating the kid on like how to balance, you know, being a performer
and it being a kid.
Right. Exactly. You know, between that and being a kid, being a performer, and being a student and things of that sort. So we're giving seminars, we're giving a lot of information out on how to navigate the industry.
What are some of the biggest questions the kids have, and what are some of the biggest questions the parents have? Because I'd imagine there's some similarities, but also some differences.
Certainly, definitely one of the biggest ones we get from parents is where do we start?
Yeah.
How do we get in the door? So this event is definitely your foot in the door. With kids, you know, I think their imaginations are, you know, at a point where they're developing, and so there can be a lot of curiosities, you know, and maybe acting isn't necessarily the path of interest, but that's the great thing about the film industry. There's so many paths you can take. Maybe you'll end up behind the scenes, you know, so.
And this is your entry point.
Yes.
Yeah, and for anybody. It seems like it's very accepting and anybody can go to this event.
Yeah, absolutely. We're giving seminars and panel discussions on what it takes to get your kid cast, you know, what do we look for as casting directors for that. It's, you know, again, the business side, it's improv classes. There's a lot of different activities and things that may interest parents and kids at this convention.
How important is it for families to make those connections with people in the industry? Like, these are people who've gone through it before, people who are maybe child actors themselves, and people who absolutely know the business side of things, so they don't get into a situation where somebody takes advantage of them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is what we tell people is this is the largest networking event for the industry, really in the area, you know, outside of New York.
Yeah.
You're not going to find anything else like this. So there's so much opportunity in terms of connecting the right people together. And yeah, as a parent, there's a ton of concern when you're going into this, and you want to connect with the right people. So this is the place definitely to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How to avoid scams, talk with other parents. We're bringing the community together for that purpose.
How has social media and the internet changed things? I'm sure things have changed a lot because people are making connections that way, but this is a good time to meet like face to face with somebody and meet people in person.
Definitely.
And I feel like that's also a safer way to do things
Definitely.
too.
I think one of the problems you might find with this industry is it's very closed-doored in a sense. So there isn't really a big emphasis on when opportunities like this pop up. So we really want to drive home how unique of an opportunity this is. It's a, you know, value-packed, chock-full day. You will walk out of there feeling like you did nothing but benefit from your time there.
And that you learned something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's you have to be with like-minded people that are pursuing the same dreams as you are.
If people want to go, is there still time to sign up? Do they have to do anything ahead of time before they show up?
No,
Okay.
You can get tickets now at castingbuffalo.com. You can get tickets on the day. Everything's electronically done. But yeah, tickets can be purchased on the day of, and they're available online.
Absolutely. Right online at our website. Also, there's different packages available, family packages if you want to bring the entire family. We also have additional add-ons if you're looking to take new headshots and things of that sort there. So just go to castingbuffalo.com. All of the information is right there.
And I know you guys are also great about putting up, you know, calls for extras and everything, and you need all kinds. I love reading the descriptions of the extras that you need for some movies. There was one where you needed like grungy people for bar scenes from the 1970s. I was
We
like,
gotta paint a picture.
Exactly. It's fantastic.
Yeah. The good news about being, especially background, is that there's always something for everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Doesn't
every
matter
like
what
body type, every culture, like it's really cool, especially in Western New York with all these opportunities right now with all these movies shooting here.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you guys. That was Peter Johnson and Harry Lipsitz from Casting Buffalo. Thank you for being here on Most Buffalo today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, from the big screen to the ball field, a Western New York woman is turning her love of baseball into a mission to help find a cure for cystic fibrosis. 25 years ago, she visited every major league ballpark to raise awareness for the disease, and today she's still fighting for a cure and helping lead that effort across the country. 2 on Your Side's Natalie Foss shares her story.
Most baseball fans dream of throwing out one first pitch. But back in 2001, Casey White turned that dream into a nationwide mission.
When I was a senior in college, I organized a trip to every single major league ballpark in one summer to throw out the first pitch to raise money and awareness for the CF Foundation.
Diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at age 3, Casey was determined to spread awareness. She started her tour right here in her hometown with the Buffalo Bisons.
Maybe if I could get to the majors too, that my dreams of a cure for CF would come true.
A beloved intern, Casey's impact on the Bisons organization has stood the test of time.
Casey still stands out as one of the best interns that we have ever had.
Her advocacy also inspired years of support for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation from the Bisons.
And the Riches were involved for many, many years, hosting a fishing tournament that raised millions of dollars for CF. And then John Dandies later on was a big supporter of CF. We lost John this past year.
She's proved that life's toughest curveballs don't have to define your story.
You know, when I embarked on my tour to all the major league ballparks, at the time I really felt like I was pitching for my life.
Thanks to decades of research, new treatments, and generous donors, the outlook for many people with cystic fibrosis has been transformed.
When Casey was born, expected lifespan was about 15 years old. And through all these new breakthroughs in therapeutics, if you're born today, you're going to be expected to live 60 to 65 years.
White is now the chair of the National Board for the CF Foundation, the first person with CF to hold that position. But she hasn't forgotten her roots. On July 25th, White was invited back to Salem Field to throw out the first pitch and mark 25 years since her tour. And while it may not have been a perfect strike, it was a moment worth celebrating.
To be 47 and to be a wife and a mom and have the opportunities that I've had that just weren't a given when I was growing up.
While research has hit countless home runs in the fight against cystic fibrosis, there is still no cure. White says she's determined to help change that.
I'm alive because of the generosity of so many others and people all over this country who have opened their hearts and opened their wallets to this disease have like truly changed the course of my life and so many others. And now I want to finish the job we started.
That was Natalie Foss reporting. Natalie's also been posting a lot of great links to resources on her social media pages if you want to find out more. Thank you so much for joining us for Most Buffalo today. We'll see you back here live on Monday. You can always watch the latest episodes and clips on the app right here. Again, thanks for joining us and have a great day.